This is apparently commonplace in New Orleans households. Ah, there you go. I found the death.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. That's what you get for being such a snoop, Laura. It's almost like being a snoop is part of the fucking game. So yes, we're back in the library. As we've already seen, there was fuck all upstairs. So, developments. Our very talented actress is that's nice. I presume she's high on opium. You know, my mother seems to have died, and I feel absolutely nothing about it. Steadily.
Must have been that dram of laudanum I took a while back.
That new shit they call codeine. Codeine, yes, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's good shit. So yes, let's catch up in the investigation. Like, just in case you miss anything, you know, like that business with the bed may have thrown us off our stride a little bit. Laura, I will decide what we carry around.
Oh, shadow there.
Yeah. I just love it. It like the actual sprite looks like the fucking like one of the mages from the first Final Fantasy.
It does look like it's got like a wizard's hat on it or some shit.
Like, yeah, it's very upsetting. It's like who let the hobbits in? Let's see if there's anything on this side of the. Oh, hello. That's a cane.
Oh, for fuck.
Now, I don't recall anyone having a cane, bar presumably the, general. Which is rather interesting. Like, I do like as a concept how they are actually trying to get you to think of like who suspects would be as you're playing it, because it kind of really leans in with the fact that Sierra like explains fuck all about its own game, so it makes sense that it's just like, oh well, what, like we're not going to say anything. You have to think about it. It makes our life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, just even with the book, it's just, they just weren't fully well fleshed out games.
No, and in essence, they were kind of dependent on the games, on the books as well. Was the case like all the background was always in the book. And to be fair, that was always the case for years.
Oh, bash him over the head with the cane! Wow.
I mean, that is always an option, Neil. To be fair. Right, so I think the problem is there was meant to be like a bag here, like a doctor's bag, but it's just not around for some reason. So I'm assuming that, like, as is it probably the case with like the timing system in this, if you just miss the window, it just doesn't appear, which is a bit of a nuisance. Because it could be something you're waiting on for, like for full marks or whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the thing that like prevents me from getting 100%. Is not finding that bag.
Any bag?
Any stethoscopes?
Stay out of my elevator.
Crazy woman.
Took her jobs.
Mumbles angrily in Creole.
Mumbles racistly in Creole.
That's more accurate, yeah. This is me accidentally pressing the wrong button.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was just
the wardrobe's working, you know. Just
absolutely. You just trying to make sure that you don't get strangled again.
Yes. Now, apparently, new rule for post 9 p.m. is to. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Son of a bitch! Where the fuck is he going?
if he starts dancing, this is going to be hilarious.
He starts doing the Macarena. Right, he stoked the fire. That's great. I think at least we've established now that the general can move around. He's not completely immobilized, which is actually of interest considering we found the cane.
He's also quite capable of wielding a poker.
He is. That's very true as well, Neil. Well spotted. Must have got expert training in pokering.
Ew. From all those horse magazines.
Yes, him and the doctor going horsing around. Yeah, with themselves, naked, probably.
It's the only sanitary way of doing it.
Yes, it's the sequel to this game. Lorabo 2, way too many wrinkles. Oh, look. We have a confrontation between Marcy and Marcy. I mean, I'm not saying that she's out of your league, mate, but you look like a prune.
Glory was never your gal.
I can tell that from my wonderful mustache. We all know that mustache is a symbol of power around this time. Yeah, so you're a talk of crazy things like jazz music and opiates. How dare you?
And
She was a
reefer.
good, honest Christian girl before you showed up, Carrie. Why don't you just fucking rosebud your way out of here? Oh, a stunt arm has appeared in the middle of view.
Yes.
Why do you keep looking at us? I find it very uncomfortable. He keeps looking at us when he walks out of the room.
You eyeballing me, son.
He is like the 1920s, like Creole version of "You what, mate?" Like looks classy, looks dapper, but he's a proper scanger. Like he just looks the part. He hides it well.
So we've threats of death.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's all bubbling up nicely. Now, if we can just find the rotting corpse of the doctor, this day will go swimmingly. Although, in fairness, I do get the feeling even if we do find a doctor, people will literally just go, "Oh, thank fuck." I never liked him. He was always at every fucking dinner. Wasn't even part of the family. I think the thunder did it.
Yeah, you just know you're going to get iced.
Yeah, because this is possible. So, I do, as I remember, I think you can actually die by ringing that bell if you do it wrong. So, I think I'm ticking off 1 or 2 boxes here before I do actually move on, because I think we haven't had that scene with Gloria for some weird reason. We need to know what she's doing after all. And I, for one, I don't know if you're the same here, Neil, but I really want to check in on how the parrot is doing. How's the parrot holding up during all this? There he is.
Oh, he's fine.
He's doing well. He's still hanging in there, swinging around like it just doesn't care.
Give Polly a cracker.
Well, the exciting thing is that this fella gives us clues, as you'll hear.
Ooh.
She's half to me so afraid. Okay, that narrows it down. Okay, thank you, Polly. Can we put him into witness protection?
Yeah, all you need is crackers.
There you go. Well, actually, would be a wonderful way to end this game. You know, like how like Silent Hill has the jokey endings. Imagine if there was a jokey ending for this game and it was a parrot that survived, and the parrot gets the entire fortune. That would be. I'd be okay with that. You know, I would be very happy with that ending.
And then blows it all on reefer and jazz music.
Reefer, jazz music, and more parrots. Ooh, 9:30. More developments. Rudy going in for round 2. Quite literally going in for round 2. Fucking hell. Maybe stop trying, you perv. Rudy, do you ever think that maybe it's the red shoes that puts women off you?
Or your lecherous attitude.
That could be it too. Oh, she's just gonna sleep. Fair enough. Well, I've just been sexually harassed. I know, I'll just sleep it off. 1920s values, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's what she thinks about you, Rudy.
Going to interrogate her when she's asleep.
Just keep shaking her. It's like, notice me. I'm a friend of somebody. So what we're doing there, we're just like noticing that there is a decanter and some pictures on the wall. That's what we're noticing on here. As we know, Fifi does seem to be having a little bit of a fling with the general, as we saw earlier on in the show. Where that plays into or not will remain to be seen. You can also see the preferential treatment that she gets. She gets a nice little attic room with a lovely view, whereas Jeeves sits in the cellar.
Surrounded by medicine balls.
Yes. I would feel sorry for him, but you know, I'm sure he's getting paid well. So now I reckon it's time for us to ring a bell. If I had to guess.
You can ring my bell.
Ring the bell. I don't know what New Orleans bells sound like, but I imagine they have an accent.
Nolans.
Ding dong. That would be nice. I really like that. Oh, and there's a bat flying off, as you do. Now, as we all know, men, it's very important that you oil your bell before ringing it.
Absolutely. Nothing worse than trying to ring a rusty bell.
I mean, and that goes to women as well now. You know, like it makes sure that bell is well oiled. Laura Bow, she dies or lived as a lemon.
Now you're a real southern belle. You know what you mean? I'm dead.
I choose to believe they programmed that death just to make that pun.
Yes, the pun definitely came first, and then the bell.
Definitely. They had no intention of having a bell tower here because it serves no purpose. But then suddenly,
I like to even tell you there, oiling it may have loosened it.
Really? Ooh, mysterious. Come in closer, you might die. Bong. Yes, that was very close. It's a good thing we got some sort of clue not to stand right underneath the bell. Again, we shocked to hear the bell wasn't the item we wanted, so we just like destroyed what is like a family heirloom at this rate for a crank. Good girl, Laura. You do you, man. You do you.
Wrecking shit for nothing.
Quite literally no reason. Oh, hello. Is there something in the church? Well, I do declare. That's where the doctor ended up. Someone quite literally took him to church. I imagine we're devastated about this. Oh no, I'm no longer at risk of being like touched up. Tremendous blow to the head. There you go. Didn't leave empty-handed. Monocle. That will help.
Found the dead body, made sure to loot it.
Yeah,
well done.
absolutely. Yeah. Video game instinct, lads. Oh yes, and this is the poker we picked up. So now we know the murder weapon. And that was the hanky we found outside of Gertie's room before she died. And that was the hanky of Ethel, which is our
Ethel Prune, yeah.
Yes. So two very evident suspects potentially. Or maybe just one. Perhaps Ethel, in her drunken rage, has decided to kill everyone. Which, in fairness, has happened before. That is not outside the realms of possibility. Ultimately, I really hope the horse is okay.
Hope we all.
Apparently, this family has a really shit record about horses.